Good morning, 10:20 in the morning, and we're live from Yopos on Main Street here in Eagle Pass, Texas. Freddie Dea, alongside our coaches and our guru, football guru over here, Grant Bibb, general manager of Ram Country Auto World. And we got week 5 Gridiron Talk, X's and O's with head coach Tom Gonzalez and Eric Villasenor. Coach Tom says he is sorry, but he won't be able to visit with us today. But he sent, of course, Coach Olivas and Coach Cardenas. So we're going to talk to them here after the break. You're watching RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest, live from Yopos, Eagle Pass, right on Main Street. They have the 2-burger deal, $18.99, 2 burgers, 2 fries, 2 drinks for just $18.99. And I heard you already turned on the mic, so what are you going to say, Grant, today, this morning? Good morning.
Before we talk about X's and O's, that's a great deal when it comes to food, because the food here at Yopos, it's all good. I don't care if you have the Caesar chicken salad with avocado, it's pretty good, but from top to bottom, north, east, west, south, the food is great. So come on out to Yopos, great atmosphere, great people. They treat you very well, and the weather's changing, so it's good. Now, once the bugs go away, you can have a nice view in the background. Take a look at our nice Maverick County Lake. That is a product of the late Mr. Raul Rodriguez, who spent a lot of time in the lake. So we have kudos to him and what he's done and the people that work on the lake. So coming out to Yopos, a great atmosphere, good view, and awesome food.
There you go. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Coach Olivas talking X's and O's. United Eagle Pass, Friday night. Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Winn Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season.
Hey guys. Welcome to Cool Supplements and Lifestyle. My name is Eddie Sanchez. I'm the owner, and I invite you guys to come and join us any day of the week, Monday through Sunday, here at Mall de las Águilas.
Really got it, really got it, really got it, really got it, yeah. Really got it, 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 really got it.
And we're back live. RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest, Week 5. Now we get into district play for both teams. We already finished with non-district season. 4-0 for the Eagles. They had a 21-0 game this past Friday night. Lightning delayed the game. It was 9:06 left in the second quarter. The Eagles had just stopped McCollum and was going to get the ball back. We got Coach Olivas, the defensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles. Coach, how did you see that shortened game, and what did you guys talk about in the locker room waiting in that 30 minutes to an hour?
Well, the kids were just anxious to get back out there. You know, our defense was, picking up the tempo. Our offense was scoring, and, we were ready to go. Unfortunately, because of the lightning and the delays in the game, the officials called the game off, and, like anything else, now we got to move on to the next game. We got to move to United. All you want to do in the preseason is get better at everything you're doing. And they ran an RPO concept, which we're going to see this week against United. That's why I wanted to get back on the field. Our kids are picking it up at first, and but now the preseason is just to get you ready for the year. Now now it's United. This could be the district championship.
Yeah, you're treating it as championship week, of course. Wayo Huerta, their junior quarterback, who a year ago as a sophomore threw for over 1,500 yards. He had about 10 to 15 touchdowns last year, but he does have a slew of receivers in George Morua, number 2, and number 21, Michael Almeida, who also they got a good back in Jerry Gonzalez, who is much like our freshman. He's tall, lanky, and has good speed. Jose Hernandez, our running back, he you see him as far as tall. He's not a short running back. He's a tall running back?
I think he's stalkier than what you think. He's built real well. I think he plays receiver and running back last year. He really complements our offense well. They throw a lot of the running back out of the backfield, and they run a lot of screens and tailback swings, and they do a lot of things with him. I think he's a big surprise. They had a real good tailback last year, and everything we heard from this summer was this guy was going to be better than last year's.
Now, Coach, you do have, of course, Guaya Huerta that you have the game plan, but you do know and understand that they have a guy in the waiting area, Jay Santos, their sophomore quarterback, that can also come in and do just as good of a job, because he did come in at Vela for about a half and did very well. Actually drove him down the field and had some good drives against them. I know he did play against Alamo Heights. He started the game. So it's not like we're seeing a team that does not know their identity or does not know what they're doing. And what did you see on film that from both of these quarterbacks?
I think you touched on it, their identity. They're an RPO team. They try to stretch you out. They have some real good receivers. Murillo's probably leading the state in touchdowns right now and yards and after catch also. So he's a big threat for them. And I think you touched on it, their identity. They run the RPO real good. Their quarterbacks both are real good. I think Weil is a little bit more experienced and carries that team on his shoulder, but Santos is willing to come in and take over.
Yeah. I've seen United, and I've seen them 2 out of the 4 games in non-district, and you can't gauge what they do and what they can do, because, again, the games that I saw, they lost. The games that I didn't see, they won. Alamo Heights, they came back and won. And then, of course, the game against San Benito, they had to come back and.
What did you do, like a 24-19 game?
No, that's Alexander. That's another team that we'll see late in the season.
A couple things getting to Robert and I were talking off camera before the show started, and when it comes to X's and O's and game planning, it's easy when you're scouting and you're just scouting against your own team. You're going against your own players, so you don't want to get hurt. But last week's game was an indication of what you're going to prepare for this week. So I understand there's a difference because it's a game and it's a speed. The speed of the game is way different than planning and getting your game plan and getting the kids to buy into, watch for this formation, here's what the technically runs. So it's a big difference. So that half did cost us. But I think a key, like Freddie was saying, the key to this week's success to us winning and losing is the discipline the kids have in the RPO, because it's easy to do it, and when the moment you go to the quarterback, boom, it's almost 5, 6, 7 yards, and they're going to get yards in chunks, which puts them in a third and minimal, and then you got to go walk sideline to sideline the whole field. So that's the thing, Raj, because I've been to 2 of the games so far. I see discipline, I see tremendous gang tackling, and I see speed on the defensive side. But this week, if the discipline's there, you are going to have another great defensive game and stop them putting touchdowns on the board.
I think the key to any defensive coordinator is when our offense is on the field and they're off the field, they're averaging over 85 yards, over 85 plays per game, which is tremendous. They had 100 against San Marcos, and that was a 49-50 game. We don't want it to be a shootout. We want our offense to control the clock. We want to keep their offense off the field because they do possess a lot of weapons. They have a lot of experience back on offense. I think they have 7 back on offense. Their receivers are good. Their quarterbacks, both quarterbacks are good, and their running back is good. Like you said, we got to stay disciplined. We got to fly to the ball, and we got to know what's coming. And we had a great week of practice, and hopefully it comes together tomorrow.
Yeah, and like you said, the yakety yak yards, the yards after contact. Almeida and both Almeida and Muro are real good at that. They are elusive and they're not hard. I mean, they're hard to bring down, and they're small. They're about maybe 5'5", 5 foot.
Well, not Murillo. Murillo's closer to 5'11", 6 feet, and he's got some wheels. Murillo.
But Almeida is
smaller, but real quick and elusive. He knows how to get open, and those are the things that again, it all falls into the RPO. They're reading a linebacker. He comes off, that he replaces him. He's real smart about doing stuff like that.
Part of that too, Raj, again, is if again, you can't coach speed. Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
So if they have speed and they're elusive, like remember the old Eric Metcalf that played.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't, and you couldn't stop him. It's like Hall and it's like the Chiefs Hill. you know what's coming. You can't stop.
Tyreek
But
Hill.
if we can contain him with discipline and bring him to the inside, to have Eric Heredia or Ty help you. I mean, not Ty. Ryan help you. At least we have that last saving tackle. So that again, it goes back to discipline and getting up on the inside. Because now you have another linebacker that will help try to make the tackle. At least corral him and wait till the land shark get there and everyone will just pile up on the people. So that's the key, is to bring them towards the inside to make sure they don't get a big one over the top.
And that's exactly what we have to do. We have to funnel everything inside and you know, hopefully make them go outside with a less percentage pass play, and we can hopefully we can use it to our advantage.
Yeah, you guys, as we're talking right there, the people who are watching us on YouTube are actually watching the highlights of the McCollum game, and that was the first touchdown from Jose Hernandez from 1 yard out. But after that, before this all happened, I mean, the running back, the player of the game for Coach on the offensive side, he ran 12 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards in chunks, number 21. As we see here on this play that you guys are watching, this is, again, defense coming in and getting the ball out, and that was excuse me, you said Ryan Chisholm. And then right here, of course, the middle, Nico Moyeda. Big hit, and then Moy comes in and blasts his two guys.
Yeah.
The casualty of war was number 8, Eric Heredia, on that play. But that set up the touchdown later in that quarter, that David Lopez got that 46-yard, and we see that final play. But we'll be back with more after this. That's a neat thing, right? You kind of freaked out. It's like, what is that on the screen? Yeah, that's what we do here.
I got 2 words for you, Freddie.
What?
Land shark.
There you go, land shark defense. Ram Country Outer World and Yopos on Main Street. We'll be back with more after this.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
Hey guys, Eddie Sanchez, owner of Kumo Fitness, located at 575 Commercial Street in downtown Eagle Pass. We invite you guys to come join us. We got equipment for everything from machines to free weights to bumpers. You name it, we got it. Come check us out, guys.
And we're back live, 10:33 in the morning, and we got coaches waiting in the wings. And Coach, your 3 keys for defense, 3 keys of the game for your defensive squad, the Land Sharks, against United, week 5. And you're traveling to Laredo. 7:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock pregame show, brought to you by Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard, 830-872-3444. Make sure you call Grant and the great staff at Ram Country Auto World for late model cars, truck, and SUVs. Coach?
No, just hopefully everybody can go make it out there. I guess, like you said, the 3 keys to stop is, contain number 2 and 21 and stop the running game and put the quarterback in different looks where, he's not comfortable back there.
You got it. So those are the keys to the game from Coach, defensive coordinator, Roger Olivas. We'll be back with more with Javier Cardenas, the OC, and the high-powered. Oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad. Well,
hey, Coach, good luck. I got 3 words for you, okay?
What?
3 words for you. Speed,
what is it?
Gang, and discipline.
There you go.
Thank you.
As we go to the Ram Country Outer World,
4 words
pick
have been
6.
gang tackling, but I just leave it at gang.
Pick 6.
I'm not condoning any gangs. But
Coach, you actually
let's
went.
say 4 gang tackling.
You went 5-1 last. No, 6-0.
5-1.
5-1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
5-1.
I took the Falcons.
He took the Falcons.
Yeah, you took the Falcons. This week, Vikings, Rams. Who are you taking, Coach?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Rams.
You're gonna go with the Rams. Can't go wrong. Bills, Packers, and we'll take the over and under of how many penalties Clay Matthews.
I'm gonna stick with Clay Matthews. I'm gonna go with the Packers.
With the Packers. And Lions, Cowboys. This is one of the ones that we're looking at them, and I was like, you know what? This is a good one that I need to put on there because it's something that the Cowboys did not manage to move the ball all that great against the Seattle defense. And they were in
I
Seattle.
love my Cowboys, and my wife is gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna have to go with Detroit because I don't know what's going on with the Dallas offense.
There you go.
They made Tom Brady look bad, and I don't think anyone can make Tom Brady look
No, a lot of people can make Tom Brady
Not his
bad.
wife.
No,
Not his wife.
We go to the college ranks. West Virginia versus Texas Tech.
I'm going with West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Woo, early kickoff in Lubbock.
And that's actually tonight. That's actually a Thursday
It's a
night
Thursday night
game. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
What,
that.
Lubbock?
Yeah, the Lubbock. Yeah, West. Yeah. Florida, Mississippi State.
I'm gonna go with Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. And the last one, number 7 versus number 8, Stanford,
These
Notre
are two
Dame.
good teams, man. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with Rudy and go with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. So, Rudy. Rams, Packers, Lions, West Virginia, Mississippi State, and Notre Dame. For Coach Olivas, that's his picks, and we'll be back after this. Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Winn Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season.
Hey guys, welcome to Kumo Supplements and Lifestyle. My name is Eddie Sanchez, I'm the owner, and I invite you guys to come and join us any day of the week, Monday through Sunday, here at Mall de las Águilas.
Really got it, really got it, really got it, really got it, yeah. Really got it, 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 really got it.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
And we're back live with the offensive coordinator, Coach Cardenas. Coach, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us, Fred. Grant, thank you for having us here and hosting again. It's always a pleasure, and it's always good to talk about our kids and their accomplishments and what they're doing and how they're, the culture that they're setting at the Eagle Pass High School. And, our kids are working hard. I know that, every coach says that across the state, but our kids are very unique and they –
See you, Raj.
And they're doing an outstanding job, as do all our coaches as well. Our coaches are putting in the work day in, day out. And we spend so much time with our kids, right now more than we do our families. As a matter of fact, my dad's birthday was on Saturday. My old man turned 93 years old.
93.
And I had to miss my lunch with him because, we were working.
Yeah,
but,
you guys were.
Those are the sacrifices that come with the career. And, during this time, it's very busy. But, again, it's all about the kids, and they're doing a fantastic job so far.
4-0, Coach, 21-0, stopped it with 9:06. You had just scored a touchdown on a it was like a slant, kind of a slant to David Lopez, and he made the rest. Of course, his teammates also put in some blocks to kind of spring him, and I think we do have that play.
There,
we have a couple of clips.
Man, you're high tech, Fred. Man, look at that.
We have a couple of clips. Now this one right here.
Set up on the right side.
There you go.
Blocking on the field.
Number 23. Actually, that was number 20. Number 23.
23. Jose Hernandez.
Jose Hernandez.
He's a freshman that's gaining very valuable experience, and he runs really tough, man. He really does. I mean, that kid, runs with a lot of authority.
But I was talking before this. Before this, number 21. Saul Perales, man, just took him down the field, and I mean, it was 10 yards, 15 yards, 12 yards,
right?
Down the.
And Saul understands that's the style of offense we have. I mean, we're a spread, we're a tempo, but obviously, like any good offense, you're going to have to establish your run, and that's no secret that we try to do that. But having said that, Saul had kind of like DeAndre last year when we played Southwest, where you had 8 or 9 back-to-back runs, and he was sweating it out, but he got it done towards the end. And but that's just, if it's something is working, don't stop it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not the time to get cute. And
during the broadcast, I was talking to Fred. I said, this guy took him down to the end zone. It's like fantasy football. They give it to the guy, and he gets 6 points.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like, I meant to say that. Did it get boring? Because I was telling Fred, here's the play. And I told them during the broadcast that you guys could literally call the same play, and no doubt will you get 10 yards, 4 times. And it seemed like you guys kept calling the same play, and I'm like, man, it's like it's not that I'm saying that you get boring calls, but I mean, if it ain't broke, you just guys kept on
just keep going.
pushing and pushing. I'm like, why move it? You guys just kept on yard, and it didn't matter who your blocking scheme, the zone concept. I mean, y'all were blocking. You could see him pushing them 3, 4, 5, 8 yards. Even in touch football, he would have got 15 yards. So I mean, I'm just saying from that standpoint, I know you have more than play, and then you of course you threw one over the top, other plays, but I mean. They couldn't stop that.
Right, and it goes back to the old adage. I mean, you know, the old school. I mean, if it's working, why stop it? You know, if it's not broken, why fix it? You know, so it's one of those things, and establish that identity of that we want at least, and that's what we're trying to push every week of being physical. And you know, a lot of these spread teams, you know, I hope we don't become one of them or don't regress to one of them. You see that a lot of times the spread offenses become very finessey, very kind of. You know, we don't preach that. We try to tell our kids every week to be physical about what they do, and you see that in the blocking that our receivers do, and that's our goal every week. Of course, you know, that's the goal. You know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We hope that we have more days that it does work out when our kids play physical, and that's what happened last week. You know, they if something is working, you keep running the play. You keep running the play. They stop it, then we'll switch off, come back to it later, and if it keeps working again, keep running. We're going to run inside zone 14 times, we're going to run inside zone 14 times.
Well, and the thing was, Coach, is that they were giving you the same look. So, I mean, you as a coordinator, you're like, you know what? Hey, they're giving me the same look just to the previous play. Let's run the same thing. And we're talking on Ray touchdown. The DB was playing him sideways and was begging him to just go on a go route. And I think on that second touchdown of the game, he dropped a dime. Richie Luna just right over the top.
I talked about it in the show. I was telling Fred, this is an easy touchdown. I don't know if you saw that was a great call, but I'm like, first of all, Ray Mendoza is an athlete. He's very athletic, and he's got some speed. And the kid was literally like sideways. And I'm like, there's just no way that kid. And as you're watching, Ray was still getting, on the ball. So I'm sure you saw something and why you called the play.
Well, I read your mind, Grant, and then I called it. But it was good.
It was an easy play. You could see it. It's just so easy. I was telling Fred, that's an easy 6.
Thankfully, in those situations, against maybe a corner like that, he took advantage of it, and we understand that sometimes it's not going to be that easy. We understand that Ray's going to demand a double, even a triple coverage sometimes. That's the kind of athlete we have with Ray. But the good thing about that is it gives our other 3 receivers an opportunity to excel. So it doesn't, the offense doesn't revolve around one specific man. But obviously, when they give us opportunities like that, it's important for us to take advantage of it.
And later again, David Lopez scored a touchdown. I want to take you back to there was a 4th down that I think it was 4th down. One time. I think it was a great call to Jacob Reese. It was just it was a bad throw. But I mean, that just, to me, I'm going to give you kudos because you should get credit where credit's due. The line was blocking, and also we were somewhat vanilla, but we don't want to show United everything we got. But that was a great play call because I don't think they expected it, and he had him. It was a great call. He just made a bad throw. So
it was
not a bad throw. It was a throw that was behind the receiver. It wasn't a bad throw. It was the timing is all about route and the route timing. And when Jacob sees reps, but he doesn't see too many reps with the ones, and a lot of times it's to David Lopez or to Castillon or to Isaac. You know what I mean?
Good throw.
I got to give you credit. You threw me way off guard.
And it's situational. Our kids understand it's 4th and 3, and a good thing it's pre-district, and our kids get an opportunity to make it up.
Absolutely.
But it's it was an RPO I think that we called with an inside zone run, and our kids did a real good job running on RPO concepts, and they like the RPO concept. So unfortunately didn't click on that situation, but the good thing is we came back the next drive, and I think that's when David Lopez scored on the following drive after that. So we made it up really good after that.
Coach, we talked about it last year, and we keep talking. You still haven't found your identity. I mean, you have a trio of backs that are workhorses, all 3 of them, from the freshman to the junior to the senior, Jay Herrera. I mean, you have a complement of running backs. Also, in your receiving core, you have Ray, which is your big threat receiver on the outside. But then you have your other 3 guys in David Lopez. Well, actually 4, because you rotate 4 in Jacob Reese. You have Isaac Gonzalez, who is a senior. Oscar Castillon and David Lopez. So and these guys all complement each other and all want to have the ball, but it's easy to spread the ball around.
Well, last year I think we were spoiled rotten with the 4 receivers that we had. We had size on both sides, and then we had our very athletic kids inside. This year we're spoiled also, but it's taking us a little bit longer to mesh together. Again, they're all returning starters, but their experience level is whatever they're doing this year. So again, I know last year it took us a while to get DeAndre going against LBJ. He really came out on that game. DeAndre Torres came out against LBJ. That's where the MVP came out in him. Whenever we had to put him in a tough situation to jump in at quarterback, our identity came out thoroughly after that game for DeAndre. So I don't think it's so much of not having identity. I think it's just a matter of repping what we do. And when you like we did last week, you find something that works, you keep on. That's your identity for that game, and you keep on building on that and working off of that. Again, our kids are working their butt off. This is such an important game for our program, for both programs, United too, because they do a great job. Coach Sanchez does a fantastic job with this program. It's been every year in, year out. Those guys are third round, reaching for the district championship. So, we know we have our hands full, but our kids have worked. We've had a darn good week of practice. And more importantly, I think our kids understand the magnitude of this game, and they're up for it mentally for that game.
You put 42 points on Uvalde. You put 16 points on Southwest, 24 on Winn, and just 21 in a quarter and a third of a quarter.
I wouldn't say a third. Wasn't it 9 minutes?
9 minutes.
There's 12 minutes in a quarter.
You're right.
So a third of it is.
You're right. Well, I see a quarter, Fred. You're right. But I'm trying to give Coach Cardenas and the staff a little credit. It's a quarter and a fourth.
Yeah, a quarter and a fourth.
You said a quarter and a third. But
well, it's a third. Anyways, a quarter and a fourth.
Great game. Come on, Fred.
Yeah. Well,
don't short him. Don't shortchange him.
Okay.
Thanks, Grant.
Which could have been again. You could have put some more points on the board.
Definitely.
How much was this game? The fact that it was a lightning delay and you guys went into the locker room, what was the mentality with the kids, and what did you talk to them about when you guys went in?
As coaches, we've had experience. Remember that LBJ game that had to cancel, and then Monday at 4 o'clock. So as coaches, we have experience. Also against Southwest, when we were in the district 2 or 3 years ago, there was a rain or lightning delay. So as coaches, we have experience. Our kids don't.
Yeah.
So but there was a very loose environment in the locker room. We kept stretching inside. And the kids got into doing some chants, that they do. But it was very relaxed, understanding that we had to go back, and we were going to go back and finish up the game. So again, entirely just to summarize, our kids are meshing, man. And I hope that carries over tomorrow, because it's one thing to talk about it on paper, and it's another thing when you have an opponent in front of you and it's have to execute. So we're confident, yes, but it's not an arrogant or cocky confident. It's we know what we are, we know our identity, we know what we have to do, and it's up to us. The things that we can control is execution. The things that we can control is not turning the ball over. The things that we can control is mental fortitude, mental toughness. Those are the things that are the things that we can control. So I think if we do a good job controlling that tomorrow, I like our chances tomorrow at about 10:30.
And just to kind of reiterate some of what you said, we have Laguna, the center, who gave us a little bit of an interview real quick, and I'll put that on for us.
RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. We're with the center of the Eagle Pass Eagles, Jose Laguna. Shortened game against McCollum. You played a quarter and 9 minutes left in the second quarter before Lightning. You guys were up 21-0. How did you see that game? And of course, coming up, first district game against United.
We know we had a good game in McCollum. Coach prepared us very well that week, and we're just ready to go 1-0. That's our motto this year, and we just hit it hard that week, and we can't overlook anybody, so we just went in there with the 1-0 mentality.
Now with the 1-0 mentality and knowing that United, of course, last year you were part of that team. You guys had a tight game in the first half, and in the second half you guys let the lead go, and they ended up winning. But what do you see from this year's team and from your running backs this year?
I feel like we're more hungry this year. I feel like we're a better team overall this year.
No, sir!
I feel like we have a good chance of being United. As I said before, Coach Gonzalez and the staff has prepared us very well. Coach Navejas, especially with the line, making us more physical, more aggressive, because it's going to be a good game. So I feel like we're more prepared this time to go into that game.
That's Jose Laguna, center of the Eagle Pass Eagles. This is Freddie Dea, RealSportsLive.com.
going to tell Laguna that it's appropriate that he said he's hungry. Coming from a lineman, that's pretty neat.
But I mean, he's reiterating just exactly what you talked about. He's reiterating it. Yeah. So again, it's a standard already with the physicality and what I mean, because they're not mundane. They're not that type of line that they want to get after.
It's an old school, Fred. It's an old school style. And again, you know, I know that
brings
there's
back
a
to the
lot
90s,
of new
right?
age, and there's a lot of new age stuff, and you know, we got technology everywhere, and Twitter's up and Facebook. But we're still old-fashioned. You know, it's hard to break those old-fashioned. You know, there's nothing wrong with old-fashioned values of working hard. You know, busting your fanny to get what you want. Relying on your teammates, those never go out of fashion. You know, there might be new fashion things that are coming up, new styles, new ways of thinking, but old school is old school, man.
Yeah.
Those things are things that raises, and I'm glad to hear. And they know the standards. They know that, you know, we're not going to tolerate accept anything. Bad body language, we don't tolerate, you know, that. We don't tolerate, you know, kids making excuses. We don't tolerate tardiness. There's a lot of things, and these kids, it's great to hear sound bites like that because they understand our culture, they understand our identity, they understand our expectation, our standards. And it's great. It's great to hear that our kids are part of that vision and of that culture.
And that's what we do here at RealSportsLife.com,
Real Sports Life
Southwest. We want to make sure that the kids are the ones that are featured.
Because it's all about them.
It's all about them. Exactly. And them getting to the next level. But, Coach, thank you again.
Thanks, Fred.
And I know you weren't here last week for the Pick 6, the Ram Country Auto World Pick 6. Brought to you by Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard, 830-872-3444. If you need a Tundra, Toyota, Tacoma, late model cars, truck, or SUVs, call Grant Bibb, general manager at Ram Country Auto World. This week, we got I think I already had you there. Vikings, Rams, Coach.
Take the Rams.
You're going to take the Rams. Bills, Packers.
Of course.
With all those flags on Matthews, right? Lions, Cowboys.
Lions.
I
have to go against Cowboys.
Then we have West Virginia and Texas Tech. Tech. Florida, Mississippi State. Florida. He's going to go with Florida. And number 7, Stanford against number 8, Notre Dame.
I'm going to have to go with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Stanford had played a decent.
South Bend.
We were in it last week, so yeah, Notre Dame for sure.
Coach, again, congratulations on a 4-0 start. It's something that you guys haven't done in a while.
Yes.
But the real season starts tomorrow night, Friday night.
Right, and I want to hit it again when he said 1-0. That's our mentality. After you have the success of what we had last year, I mean, you know, we tend to
give a hangover,
have a hangover, or you tend to overlook a lot of things. That's why this season we just said we're going to go 1-0 every week. We're not going to overlook anything. We're just going to prepare week by week, and our preparedness and our game plan will be on a weekly basis. So that's where we get the 1-0, and I think our kids did a fantastic job. And thank you, Fred, for everything you do for our kids as well.
Thank you very much. Coach Cardenas, the offensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles. And we're going to take a break. We'll come back with Coach Ramirez of the CC Winn Mavericks as they take on Martin. And I got some highlights here, too, of Alexander Martin. So we'll be back with more after this.
Hey guys, Eddie Sanchez, owner of Kumo Fitness, located at 575 Commercial Street in downtown Eagle Pass. We invite you guys to come join us. We got equipment for everything from machines to free weights to bumpers. You name it, we got it. Come check us out, guys.
Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Winn Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. And we're back live, RealSportsLife.com, Real Sports Life Southwest. We're live on our YouTube channel. Go subscribe. It's RIO Sports Live. Right behind us, you'll see the sign. It's Real Sports Live. Oh, this way. No, this way. This way and Real Sports Life Southwest. Watch it live. We got the defensive backs coach, Coach Ramirez. Went 5-1 last week on your pick 6. Ram Country Auto World pick 6.
Guess right.
You guessed right. Coach, congratulations on a 21-0 win against Pearsall. Moved your record to 3-1. getting ready for week 1 of district, week 5, of course, but week 1 of district play. The Laredo Martin Tigers come into town. Coach Charles comes in, and we were actually there at that Alexander Martin game a week ago on a Thursday night football. We had our Thursday night football game, and they looked great against Alexander. They actually came back. Matthew Duron. I mean, you guys have to of course.
We're gonna have our hands full.
Yeah, you're gonna have your hands full. We're gonna, as we're talking, we're gonna put some clips up, so people are actually watching some clips. But this one, he rolls out and gets into space and finds a wide open number 11, one of his favorite receivers.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure you actually looked at film and saw that one play, and you're like, guys, this is what they like to do in this formation.
Yes.
So.
Exactly. Duran, I mean, he's this year he's a 4-year starter. He's been starting as a freshman. He's a great athlete. He's very explosive. He does things well, and like we mentioned, we're gonna have our hands full, and he's a big threat there at quarterback. Not only running but also passing, like you mentioned, and we just got to stay on our toes.
He didn't run much against Alexander. Because we talked to Coach Charles before the game, and we asked him, and he's like, "Look, we're gonna keep him because again, he got hurt week 1,
right? Versus Nixon.
Yeah, versus Nixon. So they wanted to go ahead and kind of keep him at bay, not to get hurt before.
We kind of expected that. Also, I mean, he's really gonna let him loose. For example, this weekend when it really matters. He's fighting. They're fighting. They're gonna fight for a district championship. They're fighting for a playoff spot. So I guess, like you mentioned, he kind of held them up a little bit more than he wanted. But they're still very effective. Even with their running game, they got.
Yeah, number 22, Jose Castañeda.
They spill a couple of running backs. Castañeda gets pretty much the entire load.
Yeah.
But. Like you mentioned, and going back to that clip that you showed, it was 1st and 10, so it was an element of surprise, you know.
Yeah.
And we tell our DBs, and we can't fall asleep.
No.
It might be boring throughout the whole game.
Yeah,
but
it might be mundane because they run. I mean, with Coach Charles, the formation kind of doesn't change too much, but he leaks out people here and there at times, to catch you. But their defense is also, a team that rallies to the ball. As here, it was a broken play, or not it was a design screen for Alexander, and they had blockers in front, and that's how they took the 24-7 lead. But they came back. That was midway through the third quarter. They did come back and they score again.
Yes.
So it's a team that again. You can't fall asleep.
Right.
You can't fall asleep. You can't.
Definitely can't.
You can't say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take a playoff here, playoff there. You can't, because, again, it's going to bite you in. To start 1-0, Coach, in district play, in District 14-5A, because you're going to be racing, the fact that you have Southwest Legacy, Harlan. Harlan is a team, again, right now, that is a team that doesn't look like a first-year varsity team.
Right. They're looking great. They're putting up numbers. They're playing well. They've gone against opponents that we faced in the past, so we're kind of gauging it by that as well. But again, we can't take them lightly, and that includes Laredo Martin as well. This tomorrow night. Yeah,
tomorrow night it's a 7:30 kickoff, 7:00 pregame show. Noah Garcia will have that call for us here at home. I will be traveling to Laredo to do the Eagle Pass United game. We got plenty of action here in Eagle Pass, and we want to make sure you guys understand that we're trying to bring all the games to you as we can from the different sites and venues. Of course, last week we had a bit of a problem with equipment. We couldn't send Noah down there to Pearsall to cover that game, but he was giving us updates as we were in our lightning delay.
Yeah,
because we had a lightning delay. How was the weather over there in Pearsall?
You know what? I really don't know. I didn't check, but it seemed like it was 100% humidity.
Yeah, it was.
It was humid. It was humid. It was cool. But then it started getting humid. I mean, we heard some of the band members were having issues too. Even our guys were coming off the sideline and said they were feeling it.
Oh,
they're kind of winded.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just the whole area. Everything's kind of
everything's
kind of close. It has everything's close proximity. There's
Yeah.
got the school right there. There's houses. It's right there in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
So I don't know if the breathing was difficult, the air wasn't flowing that far, but yeah, it was humid. And you know what? And it played a role throughout the game.
Throughout the game.
The ball was spitting out. It was coming out of the quarterback's hands. I know it happened to us. It happened to them. As a matter of fact, that's how we scored our first touchdown.
Defensive-wise.
Defense touchdown. Quarterback dropped the snap, and we just got the lucky bounce. And Ricky Morales picked it up, and he took it to the end zone.
Coach, your D-line, Ricky Morales, just talking about him. And how is it bringing your leader back in Mikey de los Santos? He played his first
he did spell him for a few plays.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean he did get put in some work in. He didn't. I mean, you guys didn't utilize him, of course, like you in the past, but you're gradually bringing him in
Right.
After that injury, that freak injury back in July or June. So, I mean, he recovered well after that, and to have him week 1, how morale-wise, how is it, Coach?
Oh, I mean, well, again, he's one of our captains. He's one of our leaders. He was a returning starter. He started every single game for us last year. A huge spark plug on defense. And just to see him out there, it was great for him. It was great for the entire team. And as a defensive staff, when we told him, as a defensive squad, we told him that let's welcome Mikey back and let's play for him. Even when he was out throughout those other weeks. But you know what? Looking at him in practice, it's like he never skipped a beat.
Yeah.
He does things well. He reads well. He picks up his keys, things like that. And it's like he was never out.
There you go. So, Coach Ramirez, last week, of course, you went 5-1 on the Ram Country out of a pick 6. Who's gonna take it to the house? We don't know until the end of the season. Right now, Grant has a lead in the picks. I believe he's overall like 18-5 or 18-6. But you had a good turnout last week, and
like I told you, I guessed right.
Vikings Rams is our first pick.
That's tonight, right?
Yeah, that's tonight. Yeah, it's Thursday night football. We'll be at Alexander LBJ tonight.
Okay.
That's what our game is going to be tonight, Thursday night football, as we welcome back in Grant Bibb.
Coach, how you doing?
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Just had to take care of personal business from work.
Yes, sir.
Gotta make a living. Gotta spark it. So, Coach, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
He's
You
been
ready?
ready. We've been talking about the game last week, 21-0. They beat Pearsall. We're looking at Martin's clips. Oh yeah. You're. This was
The
Laredo Martin.
24-19, the one?
Yeah, the 24-19 that we talked about against Alexander, a 6A school. Again, even Martin, you guys. You're about 200 students off from being a 6A school.
Right.
I mean, it's not like the same thing with Laredo.
You go past, we got to receive.
About the only difference is that there's more to choose from, so to speak.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, every school has athletes, and they're going to
Exactly.
put them in the right situation, and they're going to put them in the correct position, in the right spots, to make them successful in whatever way, whatever category they can.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go off. Hey, Coach, man, you're sporting. I need to get me one of them, man. Do I got to call Eric or the school board? What's the way?
No, not the scoreboard.
Oh,
Just
no,
call
I don't know who,
Eric.
but listen, first of all, great. Look, I would actually sport that at work. I'm an Eagle, but I would actually wear that because I'm wearing my USA golf shirt because it's the Ryder Cup, but that's a perfect golf thing for me to wear. I mean, Coach, you might have
Coach
to,
Villasenor does a great job.
You might have to leave it here, Coach. I'm telling you, I'm hating on you right now.
He takes care of us.
Yeah, he does take care of you
good care
guys.
of
So I'm gonna have to call him and say, order me one so I can.
You might hit him up. He still
I
might have
I
some.
more burnt orange love than I do silver and black, but I gotta spread it out. So you guys are slowly making me fall in love and being a Maverick. So.
And again, we want to thank Coach Villasenor and Coach Tom Gonzalez, who couldn't be here with us today. They had a prior engagements that they had to take care of with the new field houses. They're getting equipped with those field houses, beautiful facilities for our student athletes. Of course, they're getting a state-of-the-art weight room and everything else. So it's good. And they're taking care of business, but I know that they always enjoy the talks that we have, X's and O's, with Coach Tom Gonzalez of the EPHS Eagles and Eric Villasenor of the CC Winn Mavericks. But, of course, they always send Coach Ramirez, and we always talk about, know,
Well,
the defense.
Because
Because
he's a
the
good guy
defense.
who's got a great defensive program. Another shutout.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean,
How
credit
many
all.
shutouts is there? Two? Is that two?
Two,
already?
Two
yes, sir.
shutouts. And oddly enough,
And
Eagle
going back-
Pass also
I
has
missed
two
last week's
shutouts.
show. Listen, I missed last week's show because of commitments.
yeah.
But I had a lot to talk about, so you guys got away. But I'll tell you what. When we did the broadcast live, when it was raining and all that, your defense played a great game against the Eagles. And had it not been for turnovers, and I told you the key to the game was turnovers and key situation. There was a block punt, the one before the half.
There was two key turnovers
the one
that
before the
led
half,
to points.
I don't
Right,
remember.
Coach?
I wasn't listening to the show. I was telling him that last play before the half that they scored was devastating. I even told him before it happened because I told Fred if the Mavericks stop them, they're going to run out the clock and it's going to be 7-0.
Yes.
Should they decide, and then they stopped them, and then I noticed the ball went to the back pylon, and I don't know what happened, but the rule, from my understanding, the rule, the clock should always go. They should have ran out the clock, but they stopped it, put 3 seconds, then he downed it, and they got in, made it 14-0. So the only thing I could think of, because I wasn't here, is that I know that CC Winn Maverick had the football, and maybe because he got it, they used the, what do you call it, delay of game? I don't know, but the clock should always run out, and y'all should have gone to halftime at 7-0.
We mentioned it last week. I mean, it was controversial right there, but
what was being talked about on the side? What Eric? I don't know because I was up there.
Last week. We saw. I mean, I kept an eye on the officials, and I personally didn't see any signal of them stopping the clock.
He stopped it with 3 seconds, then he let them down it. The clock. He stopped the clock with 3 seconds. Eagle passed down, and then they scored the touchdown.
And we went back. We went back to the film, and we might have thought we overlooked it right then and there live, but we didn't. And again, the film does cut up just because that's the way it is. But
because
I just remember turning around. I remember turning around and peeking, and the clock had stopped at 3 seconds.
See what I mean? It stopped. So that's another touchdown that they got.
Yeah, well, perhaps
that they got there. So it's like your defense. I'm getting back to your defense played great. I know it's 24-0, but there was a block punt and that touchdown. So really, I told Fred it should have been a 7-10 game because they kicked a meaningless field goal at the end of the game. So I'm giving you props because your defense played lights out, and you got 2 shutouts. So you really go past. Should have really won 7-0 for those that know about the game. Because there was the punt return, the block punt, it is what it is. You know, they got through there, but just want to give you kudos to your defense. They're flying, they're getting to the ball. And the defense wins championships, but it gives your team a chance to win. If you can keep it close, then your quarterback can do his thing. And, you know, you guys, the Eagles defense looked great against y'all, but the key to your team is just keeping it defensively and allow for Eric and his offense and Coach Royce to put some points on the board. And just kind of like the old Baltimore Ravens, just don't lose the game. Right. The defense win the game. So good luck this week, and you're doing a great job on defense. And the coaches, the kids are doing a great job with your program.
Thank you, sir. At the end of the day, it's ultimate team sport. There's 3 phases, and of course we coach one of them, but at the end of the day, we're one team, and we got to play for each other. And we got to, despite the situation, whatever happens, we still got to play. And it's our job on defense. Still, we still got to defend. Of course, the overall objective is keep the opponent offense out of the end zone. All right, and we want to set up. We want to set up punt return. We want to set up field goal block. All right, we'll give up the 3, but again, we failed despite whatever happened or short field, whatever the situation. Controversy, clock, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we failed to keep them out of the end zone, and which led to some of that score right there.
Yeah. So we go to the Ram Country Outer World, pick 6.
5-1 last week. Yeah. Coach, don't feel bad. A lot of us 5-1. A lot of us took the Falcons.
Yeah,
and lost. And except for Coach Tom, he did a good job.
And Drew Brees again did it to you guys, did it to everybody. That picked against the Saints because, again, he is who he is, and he got another milestone last week.
Another Texas quarterback.
Yeah, another Texas quarterback from Austin Westlake, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from Westlake. Golly.
Purdue Boilermaker.
Anyway, so Coach, Vikings Rams. That's tonight. Who do you got?
Rams.
You got the Rams. Bills Packers.
Bills and Packers.
Yeah, Bills versus
the Bills
Packers.
Just crushed the Vikings. The Vikings are
you have to go with the Packers.
You're gonna go with the Packers.
Whoa.
Lions Cowboys.
Man, after last week,
Come on, you're a Cowboys.
After Detroit's performance,
do it. You can't
after Detroit's performance,
Yeah.
and then Dallas' performance.
Are you gonna pick to win? Or you gonna be a homer, coach?
Is it gonna
You're
be a
homer.
coin flip? Is it gonna be a coin flip with this one?
We still got faith in our Cowboys.
Okay, you're gonna go with the Cowboys.
homer.
West
I told
Virginia,
you,
West
he's
Virginia,
gonna do it.
Texas
He's a
Tech.
He can't do it.
West Virginia versus Texas.
Yeah,
Tech.
versus Texas Tech. They're
I haven't
playing.
even kept up much with college football, so I don't know what's going on.
Texas Tech
I
is
guess
ranked.
I'll go with the in-state.
Okay, Texas Tech, and then Florida, Mississippi State.
Florida, Mississippi State.
Yeah,
I'll take Florida.
they're going to take Florida, and it's number 7 Stanford against number 8 Notre Dame.
You know what?
Big Ben.
We grew up watching Notre Dame.
Yeah, we did
All right,
on NBC.
on NBC,
Yeah.
and I've always loved them and what they do. I'm going with the Irish.
Irish.
Got a big Notre Dame fan. Our corners coach, Coach Hoffman.
Okay.
And his twin brother. As a matter of fact, their entire family, they're Irish. They're Irish fans.
They're Irish.
Huge Irish fans. So I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna back him up on that.
There you go.
He needs it as the picture they call it, Jesus looking over the stadium. That's what Notre Dame's known for.
Yeah, Notre Dame's in South Bend. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the big win, 21-0, and good luck Friday night here at home. You got another home game, and you got Laredo Martin and Coach Charles, David Charles, and the Charles family will probably be here.
Oh, definitely.
We'll probably be making a trip down to Eagle Pass for that game. The Tigers, of course, coming in, I believe, 2-2. 2-2.
Very easily could have been 4-0, to be honest.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they played Nixon very well in that Hammer Bowl week 1, and again against Alexander, which was our Thursday night football game. Thursday night lights or Thursday night football presented by Ram Country Outer World. 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. We had that one last week, and again, it was just one of those things where, you know, they lost 24-19. They had chances. They did make some things, a little bit of mistakes that cost them, and they only lost by 5. I think that's a good moral victory. We're at Yopos Main Street, so make sure you guys visit Yopos. They have a 2-burger and any kind of burger, bacon avocado burger or Swiss burger. Any kind of burger.
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos. Fries. 2 fries.
Stop
2
it,
burgers,
Fred.
2
I might
fries,
take
2
him to go.
drinks.
You're getting me hungry.
For $18.99. Friday night after the game, make sure you guys come to Yopos and enjoy a delicious beverage of your choice. And, of course, they have the parrillada also.
Yes, come on Friday and do a post-game celebration as the Mavericks should get the W this week against
Laredo Martin.
Laredo Martin. So come on and celebrate with the Maverick pride here at Yopos after the game.
And I think Grant will probably be here, so he's buying the first round of tacos.
Hope to be selling cars,
right?
But not at that hour. At that time.
Exactly.
Coach, I'm not gonna say wish you good luck because your team is doing a great job and your defense is awesome.
Thank you,
I know
sir.
you guys will do well because you got them well coached.
We're ready.
And
We're ready. I had a great week of practice,
and that's the key. You're prepared for it, and you know what? It starts on Friday with district. So you guys are doing a lot of good things, and I would be shocked about it when you guys should beat them with no problem. But again, you know, it's about 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and
special teams,
and making sure that we don't make that big mistake. But your guys look great on defense, and the offense could just do their part. I'm sure Eric and you guys put up a game plan, so I expect you guys to win the game with no doubt against these guys.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank
with
you.
that, we'll be back with more after this. We're going to bring Wesley Appleton.
Good luck.
Real Grand Photography is also going to be, because he's down on the field. He's getting the feel of the game, and I want to talk to him about, because he's been at some of those games, and Real Grand Photography, excellent photos. He also has something coming up here in October. So if you got a family,
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so we'll be back with more after this.
Hey guys, welcome to Cool Supplements and Lifestyle. My name is Eddie Sanchez, I'm the owner, and I invite you guys to come and join us any day of the week, Monday through Sunday, here at Mall de las Águilas.
Really got it, really got it, really got it, really got it, yeah. Really got it, 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 really got it.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Bear. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are #1.
Hey guys, Eddie Sanchez, owner of Kumo Fitness, located at 575 Commercial Street in downtown Eagle Pass. We invite you guys to come join us. We got equipment for everything from machines to free weights to bumpers. You name it, we got it. Come check us out, guys.
And we're back live, realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Like our banner in the back says, watch us live on realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. As we are in week 5, we have now Wesley Appleton, Rio Grande Photography, and our sports guru over here, Grant Bibb, general manager at Ram Country Outer World.
You know what they said? Picture says 1,000 words.
No,
sometimes it says 1,000,000 words. But let me ask you this: I know that we're going to talk about the upcoming event. You got how long experience? How long you been in the photography world or whatever?
I've been shooting for since I was a little kid. My mom gave me a 110 millimeter camera.
Oh,
a lot of people don't know what that is, but I'm sure you remember those little. Yeah. So I've been shooting for a long time, but I didn't really get into it until my daughter started playing softball. So around 2011 is when I really.
Awesome.
And then I registered the business and so forth a couple of years ago. So it's been a little bit, got some experience.
And of course, you got October's coming. We're gonna flip the calendar in a couple of days. We're already 3 days to be exact. He's on last month watch with the car business.
Ram Country Auto World.
Awesome.
Yeah, 1997.
Today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
Yeah.
that's it. Then we start all over again on Monday.
There you go.
November, here we come.
But
October,
October, of course, that's when the leaves turn autumn. You know, it's fall, and you know, you gotta set up for portraits, family portraits, and so if they want to take their fall pictures, they can call you at what number?
830-325-5686.
And set up an appointment for your photo shoot. I know I've seen you on the field taking sports photography. Is it different taking a portrait than sports photography? And how is it when you're down on the field and feeling the experience of a Texas high school football game? And you've been in different venues. You've been in Uvalde, you've been in Laredo, you've been in San Antonio. What's the different venues and just kind of what takes you as far as captivating you in every venue that you go to?
Well, to answer your first question, Freddie, about is there a difference between portrait and action? Oh my gosh, definitely. Because in portrait, there's no chance of you getting hit in a portrait. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so definitely. I mean, you got to stay with it. You got to know where the ball. You know, you got to look at the clock. You got to know what's going on next. So it's all about timing.
Got it.
It's all about timing. And as far as venues and so forth, man, it's amazing to be able to go to some of these games and experience. It's like
how enthusiastic, and it's just like it's all that or nothing.
And you hear some of these hits that you hear, like, ooh, and you hear the crowd go, ooh.
And you're down there actually.
You actually see, and and then when you
can hear it there, and it's louder where you're at.
And with the
coolest,
the coolest thing is to actually see it on your camera where you're like, oh, I got that hit.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't put a price on that. You can't it's just amazing.
Well, because the portrait that you got to set up, okay, do this, turn here, turn there.
And you get
sometimes in the field, you're like, okay, man, it's 3rd and 8. I'm by the first, and I better get back because it comes so quick. And I don't know how close you've been to injury, but it comes so quick that if you're not paying attention, it can happen. So kudos to you that you got to be, like they say, on the ball.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're talking. Of course, it's 11:19 in the morning. We're about to wrap up our Week 5 Gridiron Talk Show. We had all the coaches come in and talk. We're watching highlights as we're talking of Laredo, Martin, Alexander, and we had them earlier when we were talking to the coaches. But this is something cool because now I get to show the fans that are watching our show on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go and subscribe. Also, go to our Facebook page. You go to Real Sports Live, Real Sports Live Southwest. There's 2 different pages. Go like those, share them, and follow us. Also to our Twitter, at Real Sports and at Real Sports SW. So social media and the fact that everybody has a phone in their hand now is again something that we now have the access of watching a game on your hand
Handheld.
in a handheld device, man.
Anywhere.
When did we have that growing up?
Would you have thought about that? We were Las Palmas back
No,
in
no,
1985?
no,
Freddie, or
not in the
84,
80s, no.
Whatever it was, never.
Yeah. In some of the film, I did catch you out in the field because you have there's a perimeter that you guys can shoot.
Yes.
What type of camera do you use, and is there different cameras that do you like to shoot on, or is there a particular mark that you like to use?
Originally, I was going to go with Canon, but my wife decided to go with Nikon, so I'm stuck with Nikon.
With Nikon, there you go. And
But yeah, what I shoot with is a Nikon D750, full frame. I won't go into all the details, but
Yeah, of course.
it's really good because I can crop if I need to. If I take a picture and I can crop some stuff out, and I don't lose a lot of detail.
there you go.
So I use a 600 millimeter lens, so I can actually be pretty far away and get some. What's really cool is when you can actually see these guys, you see their eyes when they're running towards you. It's
wow.
really awesome.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
That's awesome.
Really awesome.
Hey, what's the number to get in contact with you for this event you're going to have in October?
It's 830-325-5686. It's basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 15 slots to do a portrait for, it's called Pumpkins in the Fall, and
Okay.
it's basically, I've got 4 kids. I know what it's like. It goes by really quick. Time
Yeah.
goes by really quick, and your kids are never going to be this age again.
No.
So take advantage and get it.
Is there a pumpkin patch here locally that there is?
No,
'Cause
no,
I know
there-
in San Antonio.
there's-
Listen, I've been
yeah.
with my nephew. I took my son 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big other places other than here. So
Yeah.
where they will they be set up? Or the number to call so we can
Yeah,
help
my-
you, because I do see value in it.
Sure.
Because my son's 2 years and 5 months.
Sure.
So I'll be one of those guys.
Awesome.
Doing it. So to
Mom.
me it's important, but also let those that are watching have them come out there, because you're right. Next thing you know, I mean, my son, I remember he's 2.5, 2 years, and it's like seemed like only yesterday. So to me, to have that picture, remember when he's in grade school, when
Absolutely.
he fumbles a ball, or he
Absolutely.
makes an F, I'm like, what happened to that guy? You know,
Yeah.
that's what I wanna show.
Absolutely.
Well,
But
and like you guys said, I mean, you have your daughter that she graduated a couple of years ago, and now she's off to college and all that good stuff. I have a son that graduated. I do have pictures of him growing up. Lucky enough, I've had he's in the Marine Corps.
Yep.
And then of course now I have Eric Heredia, who's number 8 on the varsity team, and and he also plays baseball, and Wesley has been great. He's taken some shots, some great photos, and just make sure you guys go follow his page on Facebook. It's Rio Grande Photography on Facebook. So make sure you guys go like it. And he has some specials going on.
Not only that, Fred, maybe like a quinceañera or wedding or something like that.
Absolutely.
You can hire him personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy does have great work. Listen, it's very simple. He does great work. He's got the best equipment. And then at the end of the day, it's about making a decision about finances. So surely you can give him the best deal, just to make sure that whether it's a quinceañera or a wedding or a birthday or something celebration, that you can be a part of it and keep people's dreams alive in their homes, because a photo will last forever.
Yeah,
Sure,
a photo will
sure.
last forever.
Absolutely.
He just showed me a picture. Of course, we were up there at, with the birds this past week.
We've been there.
We've been there
a couple times.
with the birds, but
We got kicked- we got evicted, Freddie.
you know what? No, I like that spot.
You
For
know what?
some reason, I like that area way up there at the top, because it gives you a different sense of the awareness of actually looking at the play from the top.
Yes.
And looking at everything. You can kind
There's
of
only
Bird's
one
eye.
place higher. That's what the bird's eye. There's only one place higher.
Yeah.
And that's on top of the radio booth, being on top of them. But we're at the top. But
Yeah.
You're right. Now the climate's changing, so it's not as hot. So Mother Nature, I totally agree with you. It's so much nicer. 'Cause I was telling Roger, I could see the play before the play develops, because Roger and I were talking post the show that he calls a great game, but I asked him, and he says he calls 2 plays based on the formation, because he's anticipating the play, and when you're up top, you can really
see everything.
The play.
You can see everything.
Really see it. So you're down on the ground with a bird's eye view, on the ground with the camera. We're up here calling the plays, and we can actually see what should happen or don't happen. And there was a couple of times, he's gone, and the speed would get to him. I'm like, how
Yeah.
can he get him? I can't substitute for speed, but you can see him going like by himself down the sideline. So I do have to agree. It is a great view, and as long as Mother Nature is good,
Yeah, we're
and
good.
It's in the 70s. It's going to be a great time to call these next few games.
And
home games we got here.
Going back to she showed me a picture of the lightning strikes that were happening 5 to 10 miles from where we're at, from the student activity center that goes out, veterans Colesdale Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, and it was great to see that kind of lightning show, and that's the type of work that he does right there.
Wow.
He
What a great pick, man.
he captured the moment that everybody was.
We need to put that up there first so the whole world can see his
Right.
work. We gotta help him on. I mean, that's a great.
No, of
picture.
course.
We want them to see your work, so that way I'm not the only one at the pumpkin patch taking pictures
So
of
it was,
pumpkins.
it was amazing that we had an awesome sunset. that
Sunset,
day, and
yes.
then lightning right. So it's
Yeah.
Just, it was
So, man, of course, we got Thursday night football tonight. We got Alexander versus LBJ week 5 as we get geared up to Thursday night football, and then we got Friday night football where it's going to be audio. So tonight's game is going to be live on our YouTube channel, and that's going to be over in Laredo. I'm going to travel over there, give you the play-by-play. We're getting our camera operators in order to get there, and then of course Friday night we'll be in Laredo. I'll be doing the Eagle Pass United game. And then we have here Noah Garcia take care of the Laredo Martin and CC Winn game, and then Saturday we're still on the fritz. We still don't know if we got the call to do the Laredo United Lady Longhorns 5-0 versus the Lady Bulldogs of Alexander 5-0.
wow.
So it's
What a matchup.
It's a matchup of matchups where last year they went three. They had to go to 3 games or 3 matches because they each split their regular season, and they had to go to find out who would the number 1 seed in that in 29 6A. So volleyball, football action. RealSportsLive.com. Real Sports Live Southwest has it for you.
Cross country. What else is going
Cross
on?
country right
Tennis.
now. Tennis. Of course, the band. A shout out to both bands. They got competition pre UAL competition this weekend coming up. And both of our kids are in band, so they'll be going to San. Yeah, they'll be going to San Antonio, and I believe the CC Winn band is going to like Corpus or something like that. Yeah. So as you guys are watching some highlights of last week's game, shortened game. And of course, a Martin game. This is what we can do. RealSportsLive.com is doing this exactly for you guys. So don't forget to tune in every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then our Tuesday night game of the week too. We also have that going on. Getting to the Ram Country Auto World Pick 6, and we got Grant Bibb who is leading the pack. I think he's like 18-5, something like that.
Nice.
He's leading.
Give or take a few.
Yeah, 13 games above 500. Anyway, with October also coming in, of course, baseball's coming in, and the Braves, my team from the 80s.
I'm a big time Braves fan.
And
Don't
they're
forget
back in the playoffs.
WTBS Turner Sports
Yeah,
Network.
they're back in the playoffs. So
Dale Murphy, Claudel Washington,
there you go.
Bruce Benedict,
Terry
Glenn Hubbard, let's go.
Terry Pendleton, of course,
but that's
Greg
the
Maddox,
90s.
Tom. But I grew up in the '90s with Tom
Stop
Glavine
it,
and
Freddie.
Greg Maddox and
You
Greg
were
Maddox.
not Tavisa with
and-
me
and
the Braves
Steve
had Dale
Avery
Murphy
and-
back in '83.
yeah.
Freddie.
So
Stop it.
anyway, so we go to the Ram Country Auto World Pick 6, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. Call them up 830-872-3444. All that spiel. I mean, can you believe that? I memorized all that stuff, and yet nothing. But Ram Country Auto World Pick 6, Vikings Rams. Where you at? What do you got this week? I know you went 5-1 last week.
You know the Vikings.
You lost the Falcons one.
The Falcons, I played them twice. I lost week 1 and lost. I only lost 1 game that week, and last week I only lost 1 game. It's probably because I play with my fantasy head, and I have them, so I'm not going to do this. But listen, man, this was supposed to be a great matchup, and the Vikings were ranked like 3 or 4 after last week getting beat by Buffalo. It gives me speculation that I'm going to have to take the Rams because I got their defense.
Rams.
Fantasy and their offense is amazing.
Bills,
So
Packers.
my favorite player, Aaron Rodgers. Say no more.
Okay.
Best
so he's,
quarterback of all time.
he's
Bar none.
Bar none. Anyways, Lions, Cowboys.
Oh, how many homers took the Cowboys?
Lions,
this time?
Cowboys.
I always
Actually
go against
one.
the grain.
Only one.
One took the Cowboys?
Only one took the Cowboys.
He's a smart man. I'm taking the Cowboys.
You're taking the Cowboys
I'm
this
not
week?
falling for the fake Detroit. Detroit played a Patriot team that wasn't ready to play. Cowboys are going to win. They're going to get it done by a field goal.
We go to the college ranks. West Virginia, Texas Tech.
Wow. This is a real tough one. This is one I didn't want to. This is one I didn't want to play. I saw the current Las Vegas odds, and I'm really on the fence. Too good offense. Why we couldn't bet on the over?
No. This is a straight up West Virginia, Texas Tech. Who do you got?
How many guys? Who took Texas Tech?
Two out of the 4 guys right now. Coach Olivas went West Virginia.
Here's a shout out to you, Chris Lee, Nick Corey, Joseph Ajar. Get your guns up. Go big red
Texas
Raiders.
Tech.
Red Raiders in the upset. You can't stop that offense.
Texas
Go big
Tech.
red.
Record.
Is what he took. Florida, Mississippi State.
Oh, man, stop it. That's easy. Can you hear those cowbells? Mississippi State, you can hear them.
Mississippi State. There you go. Now, number 7, Stanford against number 8, Notre Dame.
This is going to be, to all those out there listen to the show, not saying
What?
or anything.
Notre Dame.
It's always hard
to
come back off. First of all, you never go against the man upstairs.
No, you can't.
Number 1. Number 2, it's very hard to win a very emotional game on the road in Oregon. They got lucky to get away. Stanford is going to lose by at least 2 touchdowns because they'll be celebrating from last week that Notre Dame is going to get them by at least 2 touchdowns.
So, after all he said, I knew he was going to pick Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Fighting Irish.
Now, for you, United Eagle Pass. Who you gonna? Who?
Look, I'm going to go against Eagle Pass one of these times, but you know what? Man, I can't go against Eagle Pass first week of the season, Freddie.
There you go.
If there was monetary value or something like that, like to keep my percentage up. But you know what? I don't have much on tape on Alexander.
United,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alexander.
Actually, no. You have tape on United because you can go back to our Real Sports Live YouTube channel and you can actually watch the Edinburgh Vela game because that was our
Freddie,
game.
I only follow the Eagles and the Mavericks. I got a job.
Yeah, but you also have.
I should put some time in for the show.
Yeah.
So I apologize to those out there. However, I'm going to be a homer.
Yeah,
and I'm
Eagle
going to
Pass.
go based on the fact that
You've seen
I
Eagle
like
Pass.
what I see from the Eagles. Their defense is flying to the football, and they're doing whatever they want to on offense at given times on the opportunities presented to Coach Cardenas as the first corner. So I'm going to take the Eagles on a close one, but we're going to go start off the District 1-0. We can't go 0-1.
And CC Winn against Laredo Martin.
Well, Eric Villasenor, if you're listening, listen to me very carefully. I'm going to pick you this week, but next week I want that vest that Coach is wearing. Otherwise, I'm going to go against every time. So, Eric, I'm not going to say please. I need it now. So I'm going to pick you this week.
There you go. So the extra picks Eagle Pass and CC Winn to start 1-0 in district play in District 29 6A and District 14 5A. As this week 5 of Texas high school football and our week 5 Gridiron talk.
Week 5.
Yeah, week 5. It was just 4 weeks ago when we started this when we started our show, and here we go, week 5 and first week of district. Don't forget, guys, to go on our YouTube channel, go subscribe so you can get a notification of when we're live, and of course all our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Roku TV, Apple TV, everywhere. We're all over the place. So RealSportsLive.com. What's up?
Hey, listen, guys, it's a pleasure to call the show and call games with Freddie because I love doing it. But I like to be part of a success, and we at Ram Country Auto World and for Ram Country and Del Rio, we sponsor the Del Rio Rams, and here I sponsor anything that has to do with sports and giving back to the community, because without the community, our store would not be successful in selling cars. So I do want to tell the people out there that I got a list of inventory that came in yesterday. I had 3 2017 Chrysler 200s that came in with under 4,000 miles.
Wow.
I got a 2016 Dodge Dart with a rally package with 800 miles. So listen, this is the one time, well, we'll talk about it several times, but it's imperative that you come because I have these 4 cars. And I'm telling you right now, these cars will be gone by Saturday. So if you're looking for a reliable, dependable car that's going to get you from point A to point B and sometimes C, D, and F to go to a football game or go to the doctor or go out of town, they're clean Carfaxes, nothing wrong with them, and these cars are very reliable, and your payment, depending on your credit, will be right at around $200. So the time is now because these cars will be gone by Saturday, and I'm actually going to post a video when it leaves today and tomorrow to show you, because I know the people, people come to our store. They're looking for that car.
Yeah, they're
We
looking
sell
for
a
that.
lot of pre-owned cars. I know what the stores are doing across the street, but we have late model pre-owned cars, and I'm telling you, the public, you need to come out fast because these cars will not be here by Saturday. And you tell me where, other than Ram Cantaro, can you find a 2017 with only 4,000 miles that's got leather? It's got the C package and the S. So I got 3 200s. You know about
Yeah,
the C
yeah,
packages
of course.
and the
'cause I-
Rally with 800 miles.
Yeah.
It's a 16. So I invite you guys to come on out. Our numbers are good. They're only going to get better because my staff is committed. I'm committed. But come and take advantage of these cars because they'll be gone by Saturday, and you'll miss out on a great car at a great price.
1997 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. Call them up. 830-872-3444 is the number to call. Grant Bibb and his staff over at Ram Country Auto World. For all of us here, I'm excited because we get to do this every week, and make sure you guys tune in so you'll know what's going on in the world of Texas high school football, volleyball, and also make sure you guys go subscribe. The band, track, everything. Yeah, everything. We cover everything.
Photos.
We don't just cover
Lightning.
one sport.
Lightning.
We don't cover just one sport. We cover every single sport throughout the year, and that's what Real Sports Live is
We're
all
like
about.
A buffet.
Yeah,
We're like a buffet.
yeah, we're like a buffet. Guys, make sure you guys go and
How you doing?
make sure you guys go and visit our website, also realsportslive.com, to find out what's going on in the Rio Grande Valley and, of course, here in the Southwest Market. As we also have a show. Joe Bowling has Talking Sports down there on Wednesday nights from 8 to 9, and there's a segment there, our Southwest Report also. So that's it from us. For Grant Bibb or Wesley Appleton, again, Rio Grande Photography. Go like their page. Also call them up, 830.
325-5686.
Go Eagles and go Mavericks, Freddie, before we get off the air.
What was it called? Pumpkins
in the fall.
Pumpkins in the fall.
I'll be one of them.
There you go. So for
Help
Grant
us
Bibb,
out. Come on.
Wesley Appleton, I'm Freddie Rea. Till next time, keep talking sports.
Thanks, Fred.